Hey everybody, good afternoon. It's Breakout Bag Lunch. Coming at you with another trade recap. Today is January 6th, 2026, and we're looking at some pretty good backtesting results. Actually, I would say very good today. We have a profit of $830 if you total the trades I took on ES and gold, which you can see on the screen. We have ES and gold both in rally mode pretty much, with gold and ES both at or near all-time highs. And so I'm just going to go over the trades quickly, go over my thoughts, and tell you what's coming up next. So why don't we just get right into it. Alright, I'm going to start with ES, and I need to add my indicators back so you can see the 5-minute opening range more clearly. Alright, that's better. Alright, so on ES, we had this very strong move up on the 5-minute chart, and if you just look at the price action on a higher time frame, you can see that we broke above this area. I was acting as resistance, and actually I would say those were like 3 areas where there was just a lot of consolidation, but we finally broke through that and we got a continuation move higher. What that looked like on the 5-minute chart was a very strong break of the 5-minute opening range. So with this break here, we had a retest, and in this case I actually got in earlier than I wanted to. Entry was at 6959, but my plan was to actually wait for this price action to dip past this golden pocket, this 50% to 61.8% retracement, and then buy here once price was going back up. But I'm not sure what happened. I set a bracket order and I just got in the trade immediately, so I just decided to hold, and that ended up being a good decision. I closed this trade at a profit. I was targeting the previous highs pretty much, and I think that's all I have to say here. I probably should have put my take profit maybe around here at the 6975 level. And yeah, by the way, I just set this order using a bracket order, and I pretty much just walked away after a bit. I didn't really watch this unfold. And so yeah, this was the break and retest orb trade for today on ES, and it worked out really well if you took it. We're finally getting that strong price action back after a really slow December. I guess this is our Santa rally, the Santa rally we didn't get. We're getting it after the holiday season. But anyway, on to gold. I'm just going to configure this chart so you can see the trades. Alright, and for some reason this default for this orb indicator is set to a 30-minute opening range. I'm just going to change this time to 9:35 so you can see the 5-minute range. Alright, that's better. Alright, so I took 3 trades on gold. I really only meant to take 2. The first trade I took was a stinker, and that was when we had this break below this retracement area, and then we got a little move higher, but then we just went straight down. I guess this was really just a liquidity grab. This is where I got stopped out, and so that this trade was like a $1,300 loss, but I decided to take another stab at it here at 4484 once we had this break into this retracement area. And well, actually my plan wasn't to make this 2 more trades. It was supposed to be 1 more trade, but I was trying to set a stop loss, and I guess that triggered a limit order instead of a stop loss, and I got another trade. But I decided to get back in, and I ended up closing the trade at the previous highs of the day, which was around 4501. So again, another successful trade. All right. Now time to do the review, retrospective, I should say. And the nice thing I like about all the trades that I took, or at least the ones that actually ended up working out, was they were just set and forget. I just put in my bracket order once I saw what I wanted to see in the charts on gold and ES. And once those bracket orders are put in, I have the entry, I have my take profit, and I have my stop loss. And after that, I literally just shut down the computer, came back, and saw that the trades ended up working out. And I think this is beneficial, actually, because a lot of times when you're staring at the computer, looking at every tick, every candle, you start to get nervous and you start to trade with emotions, which in my experience and in the experience of many other traders just doesn't work out. Also, it's just less time consuming, right? If you just set and forget, you can have your trade still playing out while you go and do other things during the day. For example, you can set and forget and maybe go to your 9 to 5 or another job you have, or a side hustle, or you go take care of family. It really does allow you to have some more free time. So, if you feel like you're trading emotionally, or that you just don't really have that self-control, I would highly recommend this approach, because I feel like it's been working out, and this isn't the only time I've done a set and forget. So I might just continue with this from now on. At the very least, I'm going to continue with the bracket orders. They're working out well. Other than that, I'm been doing research on market structure and just the importance of understanding price. I don't want to say price action, but just basically market structure is like understanding the movement of buyers and sellers. That's one way to think of it, but that's really important to understand and keep in mind, even when you're trading on a lower time frame, like the 5-minute time frame, 1 minute, or 15-minute, because what might look like maybe like a bullish setup on a lower time frame might actually just be like a bullish pullback, or kind of like a dead cat bounce on a higher time frame. And for the two trades that I took in particular, there was bullish market structure on a higher time frame, which gave me more confidence in the trade. As you can see with gold, basically bullish market structure means higher highs and higher lows, which you can see here. And just looking at basically price action of the previous week or so. We did have this low during the Asian session on last Wednesday, but then after that it's been like higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, etc. And if you look at ES, well, the previous days weren't quite as bullish, but we did get this really nice breakout of this range. We've really been more ranging rather than trending, but since we had this bullish breakout, that really gave us an indication that we should be looking for bullish trades. And so I'm just going to continue to spend more time, more focus, really marking up the charts on higher time frames in order to make the highly profitable and high probability trades on the lower time frames. Other than that, I'm going to continue trading on the sim account for a little bit longer, but I do feel more comfortable now moving back to trading on the prop firms. I'm just going to do maybe a few more days of back testing, and then I'm going to jump into another challenge, and hopefully this time we get the results we want. And that's all I have for today. If you have any comments or suggestions, any feedback, please let me know. But if not, have a wonderful day. Bye.